Hello friends, let's have some fun learning about the kingdom, kings and early republic. I will start by giving you some detail about the lesson, what you will learn in this lesson. In this lesson, you will learn about Janpadas, Mahajanpadas, the case study of Bihar, Magda and Vaji. Objective of this lesson: introduce the concept of the state and its varieties and understand the use of textual sources in this context. I will start my chapter with a small story which tell you about Janpada and Mahajanpada. So story is in the city of Rajgira near present-day Patna, Abhay, the royal prince, found a baby abandoned on the road. He brought the baby home and called him Jivika. Jivika studied at Takshila, which had a famous university, and in due course became a famous physician. After his travels, Jivika acquired a lot of wealth and became the personal doctor of Bindisara, the king of Magda. Around 6th century BCE, large state called Janpadas emerged in India. The more powerful Janpadas were called Mahajanpadas. Magda was a Mahajanpadas. Let us read more about this. First, I will tell you around 3000 years ago, there were some new ways to choosing Rajas. Some men became Rajas by performing big sacrifices. One of such ritual was Ashwamedha, means horse sacrifice. The Raja was an important figure. The Ashwamedha Yash or the horse sacrifice was a major ritual in ancient India. In this sacrifice, a horse was let loose and wandered into other kingdom. If a king of another kingdom stops the horse, the king who set the horse free wages a war against him. But if the horse passes through a kingdom unharmed, the kingdom becomes a feudatory official part of the parent kingdom. The Raja who organized this kind of sacrifice was considered very powerful and had a special seat such as throne or tiger skin. His relatives, sons and wives performed mirror sacrifices and other Rajas were mere spectators. Priests performed the ceremony and ordinary people called Vish in Vishya brought gifts. Janpadas. Kingdoms were usually called the Janpadas, which were ruled by the Rajas. People lived in huts and kept animals. They grew a variety of crops. Rajas who performed the Ashwamedha sacrifice were now known as Rajas of Janpadas. Many Janpada sites have been excavated, such as Purana Kila in Delhi, Hastinapur near Meerut, and Ataranjikira near Etah. Archaeologists found that the people there lived in herds, kept cattle and other animals, and also grew a variety of crops such as wheat, rice, barley, pulses, sugarcane, sesame, and mustard. They made grey and red earthen pots. A peculiar type of earthen pot known as painted greyware had a linear and geometric design. Here, the some sites show on map of India the Mahajanpadas. Mahajanpadas. Around 500 BCE, Mahajanpadas rose to power. They were larger and more powerful than Janpadas. and fortified cities and huge armies. The Buddhist, Jain, and Vedic literature mention 16 Mahajanpadas that emerged by 16th century BCE. There were Magda, Avanti, Khasi, Anga, Gandhara, Gandhara, Matsya, Sursena, Asmaka, Kosala, etc. Some of these Mahajanpadas were formed as a result of the invasion and control over small Janpadas. The most powerful Mahajanpadas were Magda, Kosala, Vatsa, Avanti. Of all these kingdoms, Magda emerged the strongest. Forts were built to protect people from enemy raid and attack, and the height and strength of the walls of the fort became a symbol of glory of the kings who built them. Building huge walls required huge amount of money, a large supply of resources, 100 men and women laborer. Armies were maintained by each Mahajanpadas and the soldier were paid salary using punch-marked coin. Now, talk about taxes. There were collected different kind of taxes. The Raja had a lot of work such as building forts, maintaining armies, etc. And those big projects needed money. So the Rajas collected taxes from their people. The farmer had to pay a bhaga, a share equal to 1/6 of their farm produce to the king. Next person, craft people, had to pay tax in kind of working one full day for the emperor each month. The third one, herders paid tax in form of animal and animal produce. There were taxes on import and export as well as on hunter-gatherers who had to give a share of their forest produce. Change in agriculture we will discuss in next session. I hope you have enjoyed video.